Hello, everybody. My name is Hanna Sillanpää and I come from Abloy. At Abloy, we have been building high quality locking hardware for more than 100 years. Our digital journey started already in 1987, and in our industry, integrations are considered quite a lot a hygiene factor. So therefore, we have been doing different sorts of integration capabilities and interfaces into our solutions for way more than 10 years already. Our industry is going through quite big changes. The reports are pointing into future where climate change is pushing forward relocation of people, which leads into urbanization. The population is aging, and therefore we need to consider new kinds of user experience requirements and use cases that are needed. There's shifting of economic priorities and tensions in the world politics, which are affecting everybody. And maybe on more positive note, the digitalization is bringing us way new ways of doing things and new technologies that are bringing new capabilities. But all of these things simultaneously are challenging our customers to renew and rebuild their operations, and we need to help them. And how do we do it? Obviously, we are providing smarter locks. We are providing locks that are basically already IoT devices. However, locking things is not enough anymore. We need to also consider about the access rights and allocating them. So we are basically talking about who is allowed to enter which doors and when. Is it, for example, via specific time frame, or is it one time only? And is it just one person, or are there several? So allocation of access rights is very important for our customers' workflows, and integrations are enabling us to combine customers this. The benefits of integrations and integration capabilities to our customers are quite obvious. As for everybody, they are a means to save time and labor, which basically means that we are able to save money for our customers when the workflows are automated. However, very important thing is that we're able to improve security. If you consider, for example, integration with HR system, when the access management and HR system are linked, we can ensure that, for example, when somebody is leaving the company, we don't forget to remove their access rights. So it is quite easy to improve security. Visibility is another big thing that is increasing for our customers. We can think about audit trails, which basically are something that always from smart locks we are getting. So if somebody is using a lock or attempting to use a lock, we keep a log of these events, and then we're able to provide them as a data to our customers. Or we are able to identify, for example, anomalies. If somebody is trying to access a lock that he or she shouldn't, or if there are locks that nobody has been accessing for example, a year, they might need something. Or if there are locks that are very heavily used, are they in need of maintenance, or do the locks by themselves require a battery change? They can alert us of many needs. But improved visibility is also a means to improve security. So therefore, this is very important and valid for our customers as well. And last but not least, everybody is having a bit different requirements and needs based on their business. So the ability to combine different solutions that the customers are having are giving better ways to bring value and answer to their customer-specific needs. So yet again, a very, very good way to improve customer value. However, all of these things we could do with point-to-point integrations. But today that's not enough anymore. So that is why we want to look at the ecosystems, and we really are on our journey towards the ecosystem thinking. So if you take an example from the commercial or residential side, we could think about booking system or reservation system and invoicing system and access control system. And combining these, we can bring our customers 24/7 availabilities and self-service capabilities. Or if we think about building management systems and locking systems and elevators and electricity and all that, we're able to provide smart buildings to our customers. Or another example would be task management, maybe some sort of time and attendance, HR, maybe some knowledge and training information, and access control. And with the help of these, we would be able to automate workflows, but maybe also optimize the customer workflows so that, for example, right maintenance people with right knowledge and skills are able to go to needed places and are able to access them as well. So plenty of possibilities when we combine forces with different solutions and work together for incremental customer value. In 2021, we have released our Abloy Cumulus keyless and easy to integrate product range. So this is really our first product where we, from the day one, wanted to bring something that is built with API first thinking. And we really wanted to go towards the ecosystem. So easy to use, easy to integrate, and keyless solution where we can share these access rights easily to, for example, people who need to get into reserved premises, be it sharing economy things or sharing offices or these 24/7 self-service availability possibilities. And there, because it's easy to add, we're talking about modern REST APIs. The integrations only take few days when you compare it to older versions where system integrations can take months. And we're able to integrate into different business applications. And yet again, we're talking about the same value that we talked a few minutes ago to our end customers, anomaly detection, preventive maintenance, and all those nice use cases that we're able to bring. However, as you saw, we have quite a big product portfolio. In my product unit, there are 6 different product groups. My colleague has 3 different EAC solutions in her portfolio, and so on and so forth. So just one newest product range having the modern integration capabilities via APIs is not enough for our company. But we need to consider the bigger picture. How do we bring also those product groups where we are in maybe already in the mature step of the product life cycle? How do we bring them also into these capabilities? And how do we change our whole company so that everybody is able to discuss about APIs and API economy with our stakeholders? Because yes, there are, for example, SOAP APIs existing in many of our products. However, the point-to-point integrations especially provide quite nicely the customer value, but generate a lot of load into our services and operations, and they require a lot of management in different levels. So when we want to scale up, when we want to be able to fulfill the customer specific needs, be more efficient, and bring the improved value of ecosystems to our end customers, we also need to change. So what we did, we have started this Abloy Goes API Economy program in 2022. And in the beginning, we did a survey and study within our company to understand which are the organizations and areas where we need to improve the most. And Osango was also there to help us, so thank you guys. And these are the 8 work streams that we identified where we need to improve. First is API ecosystem strategy. So we needed to think, where do we want to prioritize? Which ecosystems we want to be part of? What do we want to focus? And this is the first stream, telling that. Then the second stream is working on impact on the sales functions and channels, because the salespeople need to understand and know about this too. The third stream is figuring out different sorts of reference solutions that we could have to different segments. What does this mean for these specific customer segments? Fourth stream is about the partner management and partner experience, because when we want to work with partners, we also need to take care of them and ensure that we're working with the right partners and that they have also the needed know-how. Fifth stream is API management tools. So here we're talking more about the API management tool set. We're talking about the gateways and the analytics and the versioning and all that. Then there's also obviously the product management side, so that we ensure that in all these different product groups that we have, which combine hardware and software, we are capable of doing things from the API perspective in the same ways. Seventh is API economy marketing and communication, because if nobody knows that Abloy has API capabilities and we want to participate into the ecosystems, we're missing quite a bit. So we need to shout out it to the world. And last but not least, definitely is the legal aspect, so that we have the contract templates existing. Because unfortunately, in the security industry, we're not able to have open public APIs, but we need to be able to select the partners and to work with them and to have the contracts to ensure that the security is always there. Going a bit deeper, talking a bit more of the sales stream. So if you consider a person that has been selling, let's say 10 years, our padlocks, these heavy steel things where the salesman is very capable of talking about the IP ratings and the different coatings that the lock can have, or shackle sizes, or different specifications and standards that they meet, and ATEX and all those things. And then we bring them, hey, this is our brand new stuff. This is the easy to integrate keyless padlock, Cumulus. Go out and sell it to the ecosystems, and remember to talk with customers about the easy integrations. There could be a bit of a gap. But the main thing here is really not to talk about the technology, especially with those customers who are not IT savvy, but are maybe more on the business side. It's all about talking about the customer's business processes. It's all about how they work, where are their pain points, where can we bring more value, what are the use cases where locking or access rights are meaningful. And there is the customer value. And that is the place where we need to talk with the customers and understand them and their needs, And then either as Abloy or together with partners, more likely, we are able to actually think about the solution and the technology side of it. But yeah, it's not too difficult. It's not something sci-fi and fluffy clouds, but it's basically the customer's everyday life and their operations. Another example of Agapi working is the product management side. So, like said, we have several different product groups, and it is very important that all of these would be working in a similar manner. So we have agreed, for example, some principles to ensure that all the APIs are similar. Like said, we have many products still that have SOAP web services existing. However, actually one of my product group managers just finished her thesis on the subject that it's important to jump into the REST, because there aren't too many developers anymore that are fluent working with SOAP. And the speed of creating integrations, it's way faster to do with the REST APIs than with the SOAP and parsing all the XML and all that. Another thing that we have agreed is, well, basically to comply with the Open API specification. That's kind of a no-brainer. But one of the things that might not come to everybody's thinking is that we need to be able to speak the same language. Whenever we are using a term with the API documentation, for example, or calling something in the APIs with some term, it should be the same no matter what the product group underlying is. So for this, we have actually Abloy-wide terminology bank, SCI, service connector interfaces, where we have agreed what do we call a door, a lock, or whatever it is, so that we keep the same language. Then obviously more technical things, like I was talking earlier about the audit trails, where we're able to see who has been accessing a lock or attempting to access a lock and so on. So obviously we don't want everybody to need to query for those things, but they should be event driven. Or from our industry point of view, we obviously want to have zero trust policy and all these kind of common ways of thinking and common ways of building things. And when we do this, what it means is that it ensures that we have better developer experience. It's easier for the developer where everything is working in a similar manner and we're using the same technologies and techniques and ways of working and so on. So when developers like things, we get better adoption rate, things are more efficient and faster, and yeah, we are getting better success in the API economy. So these are the main learnings from our API economy transformation journey, Agapi. And I think everybody has heard this many times, but really, API economy, it just requires so much more than just the technology. It's not enough that you build the APIs, but you need to be able to document them. You need to have all the guidances. You need to have documented common ways of working. You need to have instructions and communications and marketing materials. And you need to have the partner management. Because if nobody is taking care of the partners, I'm not sure that we're able to success or succeed in API economy in the manner how we want to do it. And one thing that I haven't actually properly mentioned during this speech is the business models. But you know, API economy is working in different ways. Maybe the old ways where we have been selling hardware, we cannot monetize these new kinds of services that we provide through APIs in similar manner. We need to think and we need to have the infrastructure And that requires a lot of work and focus. But most of all, what is needed in order to get to the API economy side is the knowledge and the courage. We need to be able to provide everybody suitable level of knowledge so that everybody is able to understand what we're talking about in a manner that is suitable for them or relevant for them. But we also need to build courage for people so that even the person who has been selling 10 years of the mechanical padlocks is kind of brave enough to talk with the customers about the processes and ways of working. And in the meanwhile, also kind of about the integrations and the APIs, so that we get to bring the incremental value to our customers. This was everything that I had for you today. So thank you very much, everybody. Feel free to contact me in LinkedIn, and happy to answer all the questions that you might have. Thank you for listening through this, and hope you all good success with the API economy.